I eat until my face got 2 fishballs.
Hello guys, welcome back to another episode of Eatbook Vlogs, and in this mini-series we are going to show you our favourite hawker stalls. So tag along and don't mind the dubious surroundings because we are going to tell you what our favourite laksa is! Okay, backstory. Last time when I was younger, I don't know our age difference, but like during my time, Queensway Shopping Centre is like the place to get your MTV shot.
Yeah.
Oh, this is the same for you?
Yes.
Yes, I'm so
During
sick,
secondary school.
That's right. Same, secondary school. So Queensway Shopping Centre got all the different kind of MVT shots, right? Then in the middle, in the heart of Queensway Shopping Centre, there is this Janggut Laksa store. And then it's very easy to eat also. It's just one bowl and they give you one spoon and just eat. Today, there's only small and medium and small and large.
Yeah.
It's 550 and 750 and we got the 550 one. Y'all should know I like eating shao rou fan, right?
Yes.
Laksa is not like my go-to at a hawker store, but I like laksa because I love coconut milk and I like a bit of spice and I love fish cake. So laksa has fish cakes and like I always save the best for the last. I eat everything first and then I leave the soup and fish cake to the end. Okay, let's try and see whether it's still the same good stuff that we had when we were younger.
So the noodles are all chopped up.
Yeah, that's why you can eat it with just a spoon. And there's fish cake,
Prawn.
prawn.
Oh, we didn't add the ham.
Oh yeah, because I don't like the metallic taste, sorry. Okay, it's very milky and coconutty, very fragrant. But at the same time, it's a thin broth, it's not a frothy one. But you still get a bit of textural contrast even in the broth itself because there's those bits of like fibre in it. There's also prawns, the vein, the shell. It's like the smaller kind lah, you know?
Yeah.
Crunchy, not overcooked. Pretty nice eh. I feel like all their different elements, every topping and garnish actually play an important role in the entire dish itself. Still as good as I remember it to be. Yeah, this is the Queensway Shopping Centre. Nostalgia, right? You see, we got live audience agreeing. Very good. So you see the laksa, right? The noodles that they use is true mi fen, which is not like a chewy texture. It's more of a firm bite when you bite into it. I think last time I had this was like maybe 5 years ago, since I'm 25, right?
Sure, Jan.
Just 5 years ago. Yeah! Why I think Janggut Laksa is so good. The line leaves, right, they are like the interns of Eatbook. They might be paid very little, but they play a big role in every spoonful of laksa. So the taugeh is there for the crunch. The prawn is not overcooked and it's also crunchy. The fish cake is there for people who are young at heart like me. When I bought it, it's $5.50 for a small, but I feel like it's much bigger than what I remember it to be, so pretty worth it.
Okay, so I'm at home now, but I'm heading out to get some laksa for this video. Although laksa is not one of my favorite hawker dishes, but I think like a good laksa really wows me. And the place that I'll be introducing is actually quite a famous one, and we featured it on Eatbook before. But it's so good that I'm actually willing to give it a second feature. So yeah, let's go. Okay, so now we are at the Jalan Besar area. I believe if you are an avid follower of Eatbook, you will know where exactly we are at. So the laksa that I'm going to show you is right there. Okay, so I'm back in the office with my lunch. So this is from Sungai Road Laksa. It is like, I would say, one of the most popular laksa stores out there. They only have one branch and that's along Jalan Besar. Unfortunately, no photography and videography was allowed at the store, so there are no B-rolls of them cooking, but their preparation process is actually very interesting. They heat their broth up with charcoal, and what the lady will do is that she'll soak the noodles with the soup, pour it out, and do that like a few times before they serve it to you. So their prices actually start from $4. I actually paid $5 for mine because I added some ham. The $1 of ham that I added, they were like super generous with it. So other than ham, they only give you the noodles, the broth, and a bit of fish cake. What makes this laksa so special? I think this is like one of the oldest laksa stalls in Singapore. I've actually only had it twice, but This is one of the few laksa stalls that have wowed me, but I actually never craved it until I went back a few months ago for the shoot with Mendon, and I tasted it again. I was like, oh my god, this is really the best laksa I've had in Singapore. So if you're a laksa fan, do head your way to Sungai Road Laksa. They only open until 4 PM, so they don't open for dinner and it gets really crowded during lunch. Let's take a mouthful and yeah, see what we got. The broth is exactly how I remembered it to be. It's a bit lighter than, say, your Katong Laksa, but it's a very strong crustacean kind of taste. And the coconut is just nice. Although the soup is not as thick, but it tastes very good. The soup is also quite mildly spicy. I have a very high spice tolerance, so this is not at all spicy to me. So I just had a hum added into my mouth just now, and it tastes so fresh. But I think if you don't like the taste of hum, or you don't like the bloody taste, right, you can ask them to remove it or like don't add it in. But I think if you really like your seafood, spend an additional $1, get twice as much hum as you would get in a normal bowl. Yep, that's all.
Hello, I am at Maxwell Food Centre and I'm back here for the third time because the first 2 times it wasn't open. But look, there is a queue and I will be showing y'all my favourite laksas. I'm back in office and I have my laksa with me. So let's dig in. Wow, hello beautiful. I love that there is so many liao for just $3. I don't know why I cannot really see the soup. I feel like because in my travel here, the noodles like absorb the soup. Let's have a taste test now. Okay, so I like to put a bit of everything on the spoon. A bit of tteokbokki, a bit of tteokgi, a bit of noodles, a bit of eggy. Here's my soup. The soup is my favorite part. Oh yeah. Alright, and a bit of chili. Okay, I'm gonna give it a shot. Smells very milky. Gonna put it all in my mouth. You know the noodles are like plump with the laksa curry, and it's so like fatty and so coated, you know, super coated. I think what happened was all the soup really got absorbed, so there's not much soup for me to take. Very sad, but still very delicious. So usually for laksa, you ask me top 3 things I look out for. I'll tell you all 3 is the soup. How milky and spicy and creamy and thick the soup is. If it's a light soup, the kind that just pour out like water, right, it's a complete fail for me. So it needs to be thick. It needs to coat. It needs to stay and linger. And I feel like this laksa does a great job of that. And it even has the additional like chili at the side, which helps to make it even more spicy. Because I'm a spice lover. Then the bonus is if there is like more than 2 varieties of liao. So this one has fishball, tteokbokki and egg. And usually when you like jiatan, you have to pay more, right? Like you think about it. And it's only $3. I think that is a very wonderful fact that I cannot bring myself to accept. I think the only downside for today is that I cannot show you the soup. And I think really that's the best part of the entire laksa dish. But usually when I eat it over there straight. I never tapao before, so tapaoing has proven to be not the best thing to do, but it's still very delicious. 100% recommend. Woo!
Hi guys, today I'm going to show you my favorite laksa store in Singapore, and it's this one here in Chinatown at People Park Hawker Centre, this unit number. So let's go order some right now. Okay, so I'm finally back home with my bowl of Penang laksa. Actually, I couldn't wait, so I already had a bite, you know, I gotta test whether it's good before I show you guys. So you can see in this bowl that there are a lot of different unique ingredients that you won't really see in other dishes. Like we have this, which is bunga kantan, and we also have asam keping. Like you really won't see these things in other dishes, but they are what make asam laksa so special. Okay, I'm gonna go in for another bite. The broth is so flavorful. There's definitely a kick of spice and it's like sour, but it's not too thick. On the other hand, the noodles though, those are thick. There's fish. Auntie Pat is super generous with the fish, and
really all the ingredients. And one bowl goes for about $8 to $12 depending on how big the bowl is and whether you eat it there or take it away. And it's a little bit more expensive than most hawker foods, but I honestly think it's so worth it because it's not easy to make like Penang laksa. So there are a lot of other ingredients like basil, cucumber, onions, and all those give like a very fresh taste to the Penang laksa, which is why I feel that Penang laksa is so kai-wei. I think even on a day where I don't have appetite, if you put a bowl of Penang laksa in front of me, I'll definitely eat it. And in fact, you can honestly take out all these ingredients and just give me the soup and the noodles and it would be perfect. The broth is just so flavorful. The taste of the buang kelantan in the Penang laksa is so good. Like, I really cannot describe it. I can't compare it to anything else that I've eaten before, but when you bite into it, it's like just this burst of like freshness in your mouth that is very unique. I would say it's a very Asian taste. You guys definitely have to try this on your own. Now I'm going to have some private time with my laksa, my one true love. Please leave. Thank you. Thank you for watching this episode of Eatbook Vlogs. If you like this video, watch more over here and tell us in the comments what other places you'd like to see. Don't forget to like, share and subscribe. Bye! Okay. Thanks, Boo Boo.
Still recording.
Oh.